Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome to a new episode of Pickup Vlogs. Well, as you can probably tell by my face, I am completely sunburned. I am tired. I am exhausted. I've got a Captain EO shirt. That can only mean one thing. Yep, Anime North has come and gone once again. Overall, it's the convention I go to every year, and I loved it this year. It was so much fun. I guess you could consider Anime North basically the Woodstock of conventions, and, minus the drugs and everything, but you know what I mean, the mass, the size, everything. But it's a great place to be. Now, if I saw any of you guys there, it was great to see you, or you just bumped into me or whatever. Just overall review of the convention, really liked it, loved it. It was a lot of fun, to be around and see all my friends, meet new friends, and so on. We'll get to what we got. Be patient, people. Little downside was it was a little disorganized, somewhat. Like, only in the mornings when the lines were going on. It was a little overcrowded, and I did sadly miss a few things, like the masquerade and the cosplay skit, only because the place I was staying was in Brampton. I had to head back at a certain time. But nonetheless, great year. Probably gonna get a hotel next year, and had a perfectly good time. But yeah, I did get sunburned pretty bad. Unfortunately, I was not wearing sunscreen. But overall, yeah, good year. But yeah, it's the pickup vlog, Anime North Hall of 2015. So yeah, as you guys can see, there is a lot to cover. And two things I just want to point out. One, yes, I am using a totally different camera. I'm using a friend's camera right now because I'm using this for animation to make it a bit more crystal clear for the Kong film. But also, I spent about $400 on basic stuff this year, which is a lot. And also keep in mind, if I do look the way I am, it's just because I just got back from Brampton, got back from the convention, and I am just fucking exhausted. But I thought I'd get this out there for you guys, because you guys want to see what's going on. So, yeah, I'd say the first thing we'd start with are the action figures and toys I've actually bought in this year. There is a shit ton of games to cover, as you can see, but this year we're going to take a look at the figures. So, let's pull them out and see what we got this year. So, starting from, like, the least to the best. First of all, I did get 2 Star Wars action figures, as you can see in these little bags. I'm actually going to open them up for the first time and see what the hell is in here. But yeah, I was actually looking for Star Wars figures. I was surprised there were Star Wars figures, actually, given it's an anime convention. But, overall, that's cool. So, the first one we have here is, a young Boba Fett from Attack of the Clones. I believe this is from the Attack of the Clones toy line, but he's still got his guns. He's got Jango Fett's jetpack, and I believe the helmet comes off. Does the helmet come off? Oh, please tell me the helmet comes off. Yes, it does. There you go. So, given that the new Star Wars trailer hit the airwaves and I'm really excited for it, just very quickly, guys, this is my whole array of original vintage Kenner Star Wars action figures. Yes, that's a Dino Riders toy, I know. But, yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys that quickly. I lined up all my Star Wars figures and replaced it for where all the castles were. But, nonetheless, there you go. So, yeah, back to the pickup vlog. So, yeah, I did get the Jango Fett figure, Boba Fett figure, forgive me. I know I've been confusing characters somewhat in my videos, but there you go, Boba Fett. And then there is Newt Gunray from the Phantom Menace toy line. I've seen this guy a million times on G.I. Joe The Epic Saga, but I thought I'd get him and get Newt Gunray. Actually, his position... Look, what the hell? What is that? Like, why is his position like that? That's so weird. Okay, moving on to this little baggie. Now keep in mind, the Star Wars toys I actually got for $2 each, but here's a little $5 deal that I was actually really surprised I got. I was really surprised this was worth that much, but first of all, I think this is like, I don't know who this is. Well, obviously, as you can tell, it's probably a Jurassic Park toy, which I do have as well, but I'm not going to show you guys that right now. But I did get a little character from Jurassic Park, and I'm thinking about using this guy as one of the miniature sailors for Kong, so I don't care for the human figures, but that's all good. But the main reason I got this little bag is this little guy. It's the baby T-Rex from the Lost World Jurassic Park toy line, and this guy's really cool because it's you know, his jaw can move. You can rotate his jaw, but also he's got the broken leg feature from the movie. If you remember in the movie, the baby T-Rex does get that. Now, keep in mind, the Jurassic Park 3 review is still going on. And also, very quickly, the Jurassic World new trailers, TV spots, and all that stuff. Okay, it's got me hooked. I'm really excited. I want to see it even more. But, yeah, there's that. And then, finally, we have an interesting little figure. As you guys know, I am a huge Inuyasha fan. I find Inuyasha is the greatest anime of all time. It's up there with, like, I guess, Lord of the Rings in terms of storylines. But, this character I picked up for $20, and she's my personal favorite character from the show. It's Kikyo. Kikyo from Inuyasha, the, warrior priestess who, has to fight to protect the sacred jewel, and eventually gets betrayed, and it's all sad and shit. Guys, just watch the show, you'll love it. But, got her for about $20. A little pricey, but, like, apparently it was a lot more expensive when it was originally priced. The main reason I think it was also $20 was because, as you can see, the box is a little ripped, and I'm probably gonna open her up and just keep her, like, somewhere on my shelf or whatever. But it's a nice little figure, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start collecting Inuyasha figures if I can, mostly in this scale, because this scale actually goes well with my Lord of the Rings action figures, and I've always wanted to see a crossover with the two franchises. But, yeah, there you go. Kikyo, she's got the bow and arrow. I'm not sure if it's, like, action figures, like, she can do anything. It's just more for, like, a posable figure. But, yeah, there you go. And there's the back, too, as you can see. You can read all the info, la 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 la. See all the other figures, and then coming soon, Saga Morocco, which already came out. But these toys are, like, 10 years old. So, yeah, that's one I am definitely glad I got. Now, moving on to the big event. We are getting to the video games. Oh, yeah, guys. I blew a shit ton of money on video games. That was like at least maybe 60% of my money. And in total games, I actually got about over 20. So we got a lot to cover. So what I'm going to do is start from like the least, I guess, or console-wise to the ones that are like, oh my god, I can't believe you got that. So I guess we'll actually start off with the two, I guess, new generation games that are out right now. One is for GameCube and one is for Xbox 360. First one is for GameCube, and this is a game I was surprised I actually found. This was actually part of a lot that I did get, not really at Anime North, but it was at a game store in Brampton. And, but it was in the same area where Anime North was, but I thought I'd include it as part of my little, lot that I did get this year, this little haul of stuff. But, the first one is for GameCube for $20, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. This is one of those, good Godzilla games, if that says anything, given, like, the crap of Godzilla games we got in the 90s. But, this game's actually pretty fun. I've already played some of it. It's a tournament fighter, you know, and it's like 4 players, and you can beat the crap out of each other, destroy cities, and, play as, several different characters and monsters from the Godzilla franchise. As you can see on this, thing you got on this, label or whatever, you got Godzilla and Mechagodzilla fighting. And, yeah, this is a pretty awesome game. I can't remember, this came out in 2002, so this is right when I think Godzilla, Mothra and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All Out Attack came out. But, yeah, it's a fun little game. I'm really glad I got it, and I did get a GameCube, actually, finally. Then this game is interesting because, I remember playing these games a lot on the PS2, and, and these are the games are the reason I would get a PS2, but I can't really find any in good condition, nor can I find the game for a cheap price. But I picked this up for about $45, maybe, yeah, $40 at least. And it's 2 games in one, and it's for the Xbox 360. It's the Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection, which includes the original Dragon Ball Z Budokai and Budokai 3. Now, here's a great story. When Dragon Ball Z was popular, obviously, a friend of mine, when I was very young in school, had been playing the PS2 Dragon Ball Z games. Now, I didn't have a PS2, I have an Xbox. I was an Xbox person, and sadly, we did not get those Dragon Ball Z games. Like, all we got was Sagas, and that was a piece of shit. But he would always invite me down, and we would play the shit out of Budokai 1 and Budokai 2. Now, which makes no sense why Budokai 2 was not included on this game. I mean, you could easily fit it on there. But, yeah, I remember playing it fondly as a kid with my friend, and I'd have to go to my cousin's house to play his PS2 to play Budokai 1 to train to fight him another day, and so on. But I'm really glad I got this, because I actually really want to replay the actual games, and I've never actually played Budokai 3, so that would be an interesting experience to pretty much play two of the good ones. I hear Budokai 2's okay, but I remember playing it a lot, and I really liked it. But yeah, there you go, Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Edition. Now moving on to, I guess, the Super Nintendo. We'll go to Super Nintendo. This shit. Oh, they're all falling apart now. Oh boy, hang in there. These Super Nintendo, Jesus Christ, they are falling everywhere. Fuck. But a lot of these were very cheap games. One was a little expensive, but actually all of them were pretty cheap. I was really surprised. And I guess we'll start with one that's actually pretty interesting. And this is a first one for me. It's a Super Famicom game. Now, I know how to convert my Super Nintendo to play Famicom games, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna make sure that works. But, and I'm gonna get instructions or whatever, but I digress. But, yeah, this is my first Super Famicom game. Now, I know they have reproductions of Super Famicom games on, like, the Super Nintendo cartridges, but I guess there's something about the Famicom games that are a little interesting. And I'm not too sure if this is the title, because I can't read Japanese. I am so sorry. This game is a game that I remember seeing in magazines. I'm thinking, what the fuck did we not get that when I was a kid? And that is, of course, Dragon Ball Z, I believe Super Budokan 1. This is one of the Super Nintendo Dragon Ball Z fighting games. I think that was basically the Saiyan Saga until the Frieza Saga or Cell Saga. I can't remember. I don't know much about the Super Budokan games. But I got this guy for about $12.99. And, I thought it was cool just having a Dragon Ball Z tournament fighter on your Super Nintendo. Where do you go wrong on that? But, yeah, I picked them out for $12, and as you can see, I can't read Japanese, so if you guys know what all this shit says, let me know in the comments. But yeah, there's, Dragon Ball Z Super Budokan for the Super Famicom, and that's one of the good ones. Now we're moving on to the basic Super Nintendo games. I guess I'll start with least to best, I guess. First one is Vegas Stakes, which I guess it's a Las Vegas game. It's a gambling game or whatever. I don't know. I've never played it. Oh, I'm going out of focus there. So I don't know. I've never played it. It was $5, but it was pretty much worth getting to add to my Super Nintendo collection. We have here Super Bowling, which I have never seen. It's bowling, you know, it's just fucking bowling for this, but on 16-bit. Again, another $5 game, but who cares about that, because it's crap, because they're crap games, I don't know. And then we have, this game, which was about, again, $5, and I got it because of the title looked familiar to me, and it's called Super Strike Eagle. This is made by Microprose. I don't know if this game's good, and I might have to look into footage of that, but if you guys let me know in the comments if you think this movie, or this game looks pretty good, for the, Super Nintendo, because it actually reminds me of an arcade game that I played at a camp one time, and, I really liked playing that game, so I don't know if it's the same, but it's just on the Super Nintendo, but who knows. But, yeah, Super Strike Eagle. And then this is a game that caught my eye. I'm actually kind of a fan of movie-based games, especially for the Super Nintendo, good or bad. But this one I thought was pretty cool because I actually do like the movie. It's We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, which is based on the Universal animated film that's done by Spielberg's company Emblem Animation, that was founded off of Don Bluth. But this game, I've never heard of this game, but I've seen movie-based games. I know a lot of them are terrible, but I just thought the title, and because it's based on the movie, looked interesting, so I might give this one a go. This one is made by High Tech Expositions. I've never heard of that company, but as you can see, I really like the title art on this thing, too. It's kind of cool. But, yeah, We're Back, A Dinosaur Story for the Super Nintendo. Now, moving on, we have the Sega Genesis games. I could not believe how many fucking Genesis games I got. This is actually pretty incredible. Half of these aren't mine. These are actually doubles that a friend of mine gave me. But we'll go again from least to best. And let me tell you, the last one, it's like, oh my god, I cannot believe I bought that. Especially for the price. Anyway, here we go. So there's Lakers versus Celtics and the NBA playoffs. It's just a simple basketball game. It's on one of these like yellow chipped cartridges. See, I don't really play many Sega Genesis games. But, this one I just got for free for the heck of it. This one is Madden 95. I don't know if I have this one on the Sega Genesis. If I do, I'll just give it to somebody else. But there you go, Madden 95 for the Sega Genesis. It's a really shitty sticker cartridge. We also have Pebble Beach Golf Links, which I've never heard of that, and it's golf games, and golf games aren't really that good. But this one actually, you hear that? Feels a little loose, but hopefully it'll work on my Genesis. But as you can see, it's Sega and all that stuff. But moving on to that, we have World Series Baseball. Again, I don't know if I have this. I think I might actually have this for the Game Gear. But again, it's another baseball game, but who cares about that? We have, this was one of the cheaper buys. This was like a $3.99 deal. Caesar's Palace for the Genesis. Now, I don't know anything about Caesar's Palace, but I've seen billions of copies for like every console, so I have no clue what this game is. So, yeah, there's that. And then we have, what's this one? Football 49. Again, never heard of it. It's a sports game. Who really cares? And then you have these two games. Now, this game was interesting. This was a $5 game, I guess mostly because of the condition, but I have no clue if it's a good game or not. And that is Last Action Hero, based on the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And I have seen bits of the movie, and it doesn't look that bad, like as many people say it is. But I don't know about the game, so I'll take a look at that. And then we come to the good game, the actual game that is pretty much worth for me getting a Sega Genesis. And that is, of course, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Yep, the game based on the movie. Okay, let me just point this out. This game is awesome. I have played it. It is so much fun. And I have to admit, for the Genesis, it has some of the best music. I mean, yes, it's Michael Jackson's songs just done on 16-bit, but it's amazing listening to this soundtrack, and so on. And, you know, it's Michael Jackson. He's just beating the shit out of people and saving kids. But this is one of the reasons I got it for about $50. But it was worth the buy because it's just such a fun game. But yeah, I really wanted to get that. I'm surprised this one doesn't have a title on the front. I guess this was back when, well, this was when the Genesis first came out, so this was one of the first games. But it is, honestly, one of the best games on the console is Moonwalker. And I like the movie. I think the movie's a really good artsy film. I might review that one day, who knows. But yeah, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. And now we're getting to the good stuff. There's two games, especially on the bottom of this, that I cannot believe I found. It was a little cheap, it was a little heavy price, but it was so worth it for Anime North this year, and they were pretty much the gold stuff, no pun intended, but we'll get to that, of this collection. And as you can see, there is about 8 NES titles. I'm not going to show you what they are, especially the bottom ones, but we'll get to that right now. So first of all, for $3.99, a cheap one, Rocket Ranger. It's by Kamiko or something. Never heard of it, but the title intrigued me, so it looks fun. We have Solar Jetman by Trade West. Again, another $3.99 game. I've never seen this, so it looks interesting. It's probably another like space shooter or something. I'm just throwing those games everywhere. We have Time Lord, again another $3.99 game by Milton Bradley. Never heard of it, never played it, but who knows? I'll give it a play one time. And then we get to a couple games here. These are the good games. These are sort of the good or bad, but the most popular games. First of all, for $5, there's Top Gun: The Second Mission. Now, if you guys remember from the first Anime North pickup vlog, I picked up Top Gun for the same price. So this is the second one, and I don't think there's much of a difference, but I thought I'd get it to add to my collection. It's called Top Gun: The Second Mission. I always just thought it was just called Top Gun 2, but that's pretty much it. But it's the same game, but it's like a different kind of levels and stuff. And then we get this one. Now, I did pick this up, I think at Fan Expo, actually, last year. And it was the first game, but this is the second and third game, and that is Back to the Future 2 and 3. Yes, 2 shitty games for the prices of one, as the nerd would say. This one was about $15, but I thought I'd get it to add to my collection because I am, one, a big Back to the Future fan, and 2, you can't really have the first game without having the second game or second and third game. But yeah, that's a little cool one. And then we have, oh boy, this game. This game I know is pretty bad, and I mostly got it just to see how bad it is, and I know some people say, smash it with a hammer. do something else with your money. You know, it's not worth it. But I just want to know how bad it is because I want to play it. And the price, I forget what it was, but on here it says $7.95, so fuck it, we'll just say that's what it is. And that is, of course, oh god, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Specifically got this because the nerd reviewed it, and I honestly want to see how bad this shit is, because if this is really bad, I'm gonna be like, why did I pay for this? But yeah, as you can see, it's from an old game store, it says $7.95. Yeah, the nerds was, what, 89 cents, 90 cents, or whatever. This, it's like, who the hell, honestly, spends $7.95 on this piece of shit? But, I thought I'd just get it because the nerd reviewed it, and because, I wanted to add it to my collection. And now, the final, lot. These are the gold pieces that, the trophy that I essentially wanted to get at Anime North, and I achieved it, and I'm glad I got them. Both for about $80, and, of course, they are the first two Legend of Zelda games. The Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. I've never played a Legend of Zelda game. I do have Twilight Princess for the GameCube, and I do have Minish Cap for the Game Boy Advance, as well as Link to the Past for Super Nintendo. But I really want to start from the beginning, so I'm probably going to play these, the first game and the second game, and then go to Link to the Past and play them in, like, order they were released. But, yeah, I cannot believe I found these. I mean, yeah, it was a ridiculous price for about $80 for both of them, but I really don't care. I just want them in my collection, and they are beautiful. I cannot believe how fucking shiny these things look. They're reflecting off my skin, my burnt skin. But yeah, these games, I'm really glad I got them. This one was the more expensive for about 45 bucks, and this guy was about 35, so a little bit of a $10 difference, but who cares? It's Legend of fucking Zelda. But yeah, these were the games I was after, and these are the games I left with. So, this was the gold, pun intended, for Anime North this year. This was the one I was after. But, yeah, guys, Anime North, that was the vlog, or the pickup vlog. I have to say, overall, I love Anime North. I can't really think about a year of my life going by without going to it in any sense. I try to go for the whole weekend. I really wish it was longer, like Comic-Con long, like about a week. But, I guarantee nobody would survive that. But I really enjoy Anime North. Sadly, there's no vlog because, unfortunately, I didn't have time to do one. So, this will have to do for this year. But I might, you know, post my vlog from last year because, like, all I really have to do is fix up a couple of the audio bits because there's some copyrighted material on it. But, yeah, that's it, guys. Anime North this year, really fun. Not really glad it's over, but I'm tired as fuck, and it's like, what, it's 12:30 in the morning. I don't want to go to fucking bed, but, yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next vlog, or whatever the fuck I post next. So until then, take care.